Do what you want with my body. Do what you want with my body. Hello, everybody. This is Bloodfencer talking. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. You've probably noticed a severe lack of content. Well, this is actually not my fault. I was trying to record something for you guys on Sunday, and for various reasons it didn't work. More of that later. As you can see, I am in my little hidey hole in the side of a mountain. There's the house. Still haven't finished the roof. Don't have any ideas of how to do it either. And the reason I'm not turning around is because I've got a little surprise. I showed you last time that I dug out a little storage room, and voila. I was building a little bit on it. I put in an actual floor. It got this really simple diagonal stripes design. I wanted to go for something else, but I couldn't get the effect that I wanted, so I just went with this simplified version. I might take it out once I got more different kinds of wood to test it out. And as you can see, I've highlighted these chests. The single chests have lapis blocks behind them, and the double chests have redstone blocks behind them, which means this entire room ate a whole lot of redstone. As you know, you need 9 redstone to make 1 block, and this is 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36 times 9. 270, something over 300 units of redstone. Still haven't done a roof. The ceiling, I mean. No ceiling. Haven't done the ceiling. I'm going to replace the lights at some point. I might do something to integrate this wall into the actual wall. This wall of furnaces. And I actually want to do some sort of decorative column in these corners, rather than having a free space there or placing something in there. So what are we gonna do today? Today I thought it would be a great idea to start building a farm. And for that I am going to need a bucket. And actually some wood. Spruce or... yeah, let's take the regular oak. Good. I think I've used up all of my dirt. No, I actually still have some dirt. Do what you want with my body. Oh shit, no. So yeah, I still haven't thought on what I am going to do with a roof. I might delve at some point, but for now it is very important that we get a source of food going. And I've just realized that I'd like to fill in more of this lake before we get started on that. So before we do anything... wait. That's my only shovel. Before we do anything of importance, I'm going to dig up some dirt. Which would be a lot more interesting if it was like rumors on people and stuff. You know, digging up some dirt on people. So yeah, I wanted to record other stuff on Sunday, to be specific, but it didn't work out. I wanted to record this little game for you guys. It's a Steam Greenlight game. Come on, yes, made it. It's a Steam Greenlight game, and it's a little bit weird. It's not really how most games are designed, like with a obviously it has an engine, or else it wouldn't run, but It's hard to describe. I should probably tell you guys what exactly was wrong with the video after I recorded. Well, I sat down for half an hour, despite the fact that my throat was hurting like fuck. Or actually, at that point, it was only a mild pain. I was in a mild bit of pain in my throat because I had a sore throat again. For whatever reason. Probably some bacteria or virus or something. Nothing that killed me. I'm still alive. So that's good. That's good. So yeah, I then sat down for half an hour to record. After that, my voice was a little bit more stressed than it was before. I could feel my throat being a bit more painful than it was just before I started recording. And then I went to review the footage, which is what I always do before I export it, or before I compress it into. Well, I export it into a different video file format. All my videos are in MP4 format. Ooh, we got a hole. Oh, that's fascinating. I'm not really equipped for it, or else I would take this on a quick little caving tour, because what I really need is a source of bone meal. I'm sick of having to wait for trees to grow. I'm sick of it! Absolutely fucking sick of it. Just a little heads up, this episode is not going to be as ranty as the last one, where I was talking about censorship and stuff. Thankfully, it's also going to be 100% hiccup-free. Held to the air. Oh shit, there's gravel. I hate gravel so much. Alright, oh no, it fell on my stairs. My beautiful stairs. And somehow this dirt fell all the way down to there. So yeah, I was reviewing the footage, and for some reason the picture was just a distorted mess. Like, it wasn't a clear picture. It was like the picture was distorted into a wave. So you couldn't watch it. It was utter balls. There was nothing to see. And the second problem was that there was no sound. And I can actually explain that issue rather easily, because I'm one of these people. I plug in my microphone every time before I want to record. I know I think some people keep their microphones plugged in at all times, and then they just... this could actually be a bit confusing if I don't explain it properly. My microphone has its own audio drivers. So I can actually plug in headphones into my microphone, and it gives me a little bit better sound than what I got on my PC regularly. It's actually pretty neat. So my headphones run through my microphone, and when I plug in my microphone, I also plug in my headphones, because that works like that when you got things coupled together. And of course, I still got my external stereo device, like some speakers, just some regular old speakers. I don't really have fancy speakers with a huge bass or something. I just have these basic little things that do their job. It's more than enough. When I want clear, crystal clear sound, I switch over to my headphones. And as you know, if you plug in your headphones into your computer while you've got another audio device running, they override that device and it stops outputting audio, and then your headphones output audio into your ears, directly into them, which is the nicest thing in the world. And where was I going with this? Losing my train of thought again for a second. Just give me a moment to come back. It always comes back. Oh yeah. So usually I keep my headphones plugged out, or I keep the microphone with the headphones plugged out. What the heck? Okay, there's a hole down there. A weird little hole. Weird. Oh, come on. So I keep them plugged out, and so I can hear through my speakers. Usually I just listen through my speakers, and headphones I pull on when either my neighbors are being loud and I just want to hear the stuff coming from my PC, then I plug in my headphones so I don't have to hear my stupid neighbors. Or when I want to record. And the thing is, I don't know if I mentioned it, I use Bandicam to record my stuff. And if my headphones aren't plugged in, Bandicam doesn't recognize. Bandicam immediately recognizes that there are no headphones and turns the audio recording settings so that it only records Windows sounds. And of course the microphone is not included in the Windows sounds. Oh yeah, wait, this whole thing was about the microphone, not about the headphones. What the fuck was going on in my head? Yeah, so this is about the... Sorry guys for the confusion. This is... I don't know why I thought this was an issue with the headphones, really. But I've been rambling on about them for this long. Anyway, so if the microphone isn't plugged in, the Bandicam, of course, recognizes that there's no microphone, and it set its settings so that the microphone is not being recorded, which is the standard option. The standard is more lapis. The standard is that it only records Windows sounds, which also includes in-game sounds, of course, but it does not include anything coming from your microphone. You could, for example, record the sound from your Skype calls. You could do that, but you wouldn't hear yourself, because your own sound comes from your microphone. From your microphone, of course. Ooh, more iron. Comes from your microphone, of course. And Bandicam isn't set to record that. But, of course, you can activate the option to record a second sound device. In that case, probably your microphone. And it does that just fine. It just means that every time that I start up Bandicam, I have to make absolutely sure that I have my headphones plugged in, or else there will be no sound from me. I will be talking for half an hour and no one will ever hear what I've said. And that is what happened when I recorded that other game. There's more dirt over here. Right. So that was a disappointment in two ways. Oh no, not for telephone again. In the middle of a fucking episode. No, I'm not going to pick it up. Seriously, why do people always call me when I record? So that game I was trying to record is a little bit weird because the settings are a little bit Oh god damn it, phone, just stop. Alright, good. So the settings are weird because the game doesn't let you pick a resolution in which it is displayed. You can't tell the game to be in 1280 to 800 or like 720, which would be 720 dp, I think. PI, dp. Oh, I don't even know the fucking measurement unit anymore. Let's just say 1280 by 720. You can't tell the game to do that. It just automatically picks the resolution of either full screen mode or of the window size that you're playing the game at. Another thing it lets you pick is the renderer. You can tell the game whether to render with its own software, or whether it's going to be rendered by the software, or if it's going to be rendered in OpenGL. And I did some tests with the game to see if I could still record it. And I noticed that in OpenGL, of course, it records fine because Bandicam is set to detect DirectX and OpenGL games, so that you can record them. If I set the option to software, the game wouldn't record because Bandicam didn't actually recognize the game as such. It didn't recognize it as a recordable program. So that was another issue. And then I found out that the game I did some test footage. I recorded for a couple of seconds to see if it worked, and the game actually records just fine in windowed mode. It just has issues for some reason to be more diamonds. It just for some reason has issues to be rendered in full screen. Which which wasn't a bad thing necessarily, but it irked me a bit because I don't like playing games in window mode. It ruins my immersion. But the game is so silly that it probably wouldn't even have mattered. So then after I found out that the game actually records fine if I just put it to windowed mode. Diamonds! Why am I getting that achievement? I already had diamonds before. But nice to get some more. It's always nice to find diamonds. Yeah, that's this cave. Gotta get some more dirt to fill that massive hole in. I really wish I had some Optifine installed because then I could just zoom into places. Okay, I heard a skeleton, it can't be around here. And there's another diamond! Another 2 diamonds! And that was it. 2 diamonds. Okay, so after I found out that it records fine in in window mode, I sat down for another half an hour to record again. After that, my voice, my throat was hurting considerably more. Because I had just spent 2 half-an-hour sessions talking non-stop. And the thing that really irks me about the whole thing is that the first session was actually really fucking great. I really enjoyed doing that game. And it sorely disappointed me when I noticed that the recording was complete and utter crap. So then I checked the footage again, and the first 10 minutes were alright. So I was like, okay, this time it was a success. Then I told the game to export, and there was something very strange about it, because the program that I use always shows you the time it's approximately going to take to export a file, a video file, to the other format, and the whole process only took about 14 minutes, or was supposed to take 40 minutes, and then it did take 40 minutes. And usually these things take about half an hour on my machine. A little bit more, a little bit less at times. And I was like, alright, that can't be right. And yep, check the footage again after exporting was done. And first 10 minutes were fine, just as they were before. But then after a little bit after the 10-minute mark, the footage was all distorted again. That's a sheep. These skeletons must be below ground. So half of that video, no, more like 3/4 of the entire video were utter shit that can't be watched. The video was about 40 minutes long, and only 10 minutes of it were actually viewable. Which made me pretty angry. Especially because I have no idea what have caused this. Everything was running fine. The game wasn't stuttering or anything, it was all going really, really well. Then suddenly the footage just decides to be crap at some point. And since my throat hurt, at that point I decided to just stop it. It wasn't worth it anymore at that point. I was really annoyed. So I just did other things. Oh, let's start laying out a farm. Farm. Right, so this is going to be... Now I have to think. Yeah, I think this is going to be like that. I think it's always in 5x5 boxes. Right, let's see. So it's 1. Oh no, this is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, so we got this side and we got this side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I was half right about it. I'm going to put a water source here, and the rest is going to be all field. It's really efficient for an early farm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. I'm very determined to actually bring that game to you guys because it's really funny. I want to see you guys, and you might have already heard of it somewhere on YouTube. Some people have been playing it, I know. I know for sure. But that's not going to deter me from playing it as well, because it is fun, it is short, and it is simple. And simple things make for good entertainment. I mean, why else would people be enjoying soccer and American football? Oh no, I just said soccer, didn't I? The game is called football, not soccer. And I can't believe that I just called it soccer myself. All you Americans, take heed. Soccer is not a word, and the game is not called soccer, it is football. Or if you want to sound like a British chap, it's footy. Footy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I really hope this is correct now. Ah, damn it. I'll put the dirt away, of course. Good. I did the numbers right. So this is going to be my early stage farm thing. Light it all up. I probably do not have enough torches. Whoa, what was that? Something just seriously fucked up and turned me around. And one for the middle bit. So other than that, nothing much has been happening. I still work at my father's private practice. I still go to school and learn how to become a doctor's assistant. But I am still very determined to give that all up next year to become a translator / interpreter. Because I want to learn more languages than I already know, and I have a talent for languages. It's something that I was always good at. I have a thing for spoken words. I do not... I might not have as much of a thing for entertainment than spoken words. Like, I think I would be great in theatre. I would be really good playing a role in a play of sorts. Maybe Shakespeare. Maybe not Shakespeare. Shakespeare's hard as balls. But I believe I'd be pretty good for something like that. But like this whole internet business, you already know how that goes for me. That farm actually didn't take so long. Amazing. I think I'll stop planting these for a bit. For now I've got enough wood. I'll just chop down woods here now. Yeah. Oh, also Caleb. I know you're watching my stuff. I've read your messages on Steam and I apologize for not being available on the weekend. Or that I haven't been available on the weekend for a session of Endless Space. First of all, I believe you would completely and utterly destroy me at the game because I'm rubbish. I'm absolute rubbish at the game. I only recently managed to speed up my game to the point where I would not get smashed by the AI. I actually managed to get my first session started where I had a very good starting area. I'm just going a starting star system. And I had lots of resources. I just kept to myself, to my own little part of a planet for a while. before I started exploring into the core of the universe, of the galaxy, universe. You know, the core systems. And it was pretty good. I was dominating the AI for once. It was actually so bad that I was actually so good that one of the AI opponents had already been colonizing 2 of the core planets. The other ones were all free, but two of them were under control by the green AI, and I think he is the automatons, like these machine thingies. Yeah, it was definitely automatons, not the amoeba. And I brought my fleet into the core. Of course, I kept some back to protect my own system. And I started invading one of his planets. Of course, he threw his troops at me, but at the same time, we was being attacked by both of the other AI units. I was playing with 4 AI units. No, with 3 AI units, myself included 4 players. He was being attacked by all sides, and I was taking one of his colony systems. He had actually already colonized all of the system's planets for both of them, which was, I think, one had 5 or 6 and the other one had 3. I was taking the smaller planet just then, the one with the 3. And I think I'm going to build a sugarcane farm next. Actually, let me look up the design for that for next time, because they are a bit harder to figure out. Actually, I'm going to try and figure out the roof now while we are on it. I've completely lost track of the time again. That is not good. We'll be ending up with an hour-long episode if I keep it up. And I still never remember where I put everything. Dirt can go in here. So there's that. Just thinking for a second. Anyway, yeah, I was utterly destroying the AI at that point. And I had just taken over the first of the 2 planets. I was planning on taking the other one as well. And then he actually offered me a ceasefire. And it wasn't just one of these ceasefires where it's like, okay, you stop attacking me and I will stop attacking you, and then everything is fine. No, he was actually offering me his second planet, the other colony. And I was like, okay, I was about to invade the fucking thing, but if you want to give it to me for free... Shit, I should have kept some of the dirt. If you want to give it to me for free, I'll be more than pleased. Of course, there had still been some of his fleets around, which immediately blockaded my 2 new planets. So I had to start firing on him immediately, so my ships could finally move away from the system and do something useful. And yeah, I think I'm going to do the simple thing. Oh, of course I fucked this up. That's not what I wanted. La-di-da-di-da. You didn't see anything. I did not just jump off my own house. So yeah. Where was I? Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, Caleb. Caleb, sorry for not being available for a game. No, not there. Shit. Ah, shit. I didn't want to do that. For real this time. I've read your private messages. Of course, I saw them, and you're right. We are not in the same sort of time zone, so of course it's hard for us to get together and play a game together. I have to see what I did there. Actually, I might want to get rid of that. Yeah, I want to get rid of that. But later. For now, I just want to figure this roof out. I'm rubbish. Most people build their houses in like a day. Or in like one episode within 15 minutes or something. Oh, good. I got what I need. And I just take really long. Where are we now? We're there. Wait, I gotta do this. Gotta do this to see how this... Oh no, I did it wrong again. I read your private messages, and yeah, we're in different time zones, so getting a game set up is probably going to be a little bit hard, a little bit of an issue. And this is what I wanted. Yeah, I did this wrong. All right, now we are back on track. We're different time zones. That is really hard to schedule a thing together. Because most of the time it's probably like when you're awake, I'm asleep. When I'm asleep, you're awake. That kind of thing. It's sad, but we probably can't really do much about that. And it's a problem, especially because these days I'm really hard to get a hold of on weekends. Because Fridays I'm always so tired from doing my 5 days of work a week that I just want to dig myself in, maybe record a video for you guys as I'm doing right now. I just want to dig myself in and not have to deal with people for the rest of the day, because people are tiring me out. I'm a social person, but I don't like to be with people for the entire time. That's looking... No, that's wrong. I did something wrong there. I need to take that down again. No wonder what that was looking iffy. So that's an issue. And Saturdays I'm hard to get a grip on. I'm hard to... and Saturdays it's hard to schedule with me because Saturdays I have my online Pathfinder session. I'm in this little online roleplay group with a bunch of friends, and we're having amazing adventures. Our group consists of several different races. I don't want to have to count them right now because that would take us that would take a second. Because I'm not very quick-witted right now. This is taking all of my concentration. Hopefully I'm going to get better at this at some point. Do what you want with my body. So we have several races. None of us is playing a human because humans are boring. The funny thing is all of us have night vision, or at least a form of night vision. One of us is playing a Tengu, which are bird people. The bird equivalent of cat people, or lizard people. And yeah, this is looking slightly better actually. Yeah, I can get down with that. Now I just replicate that on the other end, and then we see how we tie it together. One of us plays a Tengu, and Tengus don't have night vision, they have low light vision, which means they can see very well at low light levels, while the rest of us can see very well in near darkness. Now, when do I start? Alright, so the next one, that. Alright. Like this. Like that. Like that. And that is a pretty funny coincidence that all of us have low light vision, because we are a group that is being in the setting. We are a group that is being paid to research/explore about a set of ancient ruins. We are being paid by some organization of sorts, and they want us. Yeah, they just want us to find out what happened to that place, why it's abandoned now. And basically, if there's anything of value within its walls. And being explorer and having night vision is really good for explorers, because it completely eliminates the need for us to carry torches, which in my case isn't actually all that useful, because my class gets a skill or perk that allows them to treat torches as a basic weapon. So if I don't use it as a light source, I could always use it as a weapon. I was going to tell you guys more about that, but I think I'm going to wrap this episode up in a little bit. I realize this might have not been as entertaining as last week, but I promise you there's more content on the way with other videos. Of course, I still have to record some more Agorist. Yes, that is still a thing, Agorist. Ah, shit. Obviously, I did not want to fall there. And I also still want to play that mystery game, and I actually have an idea of how it could work. I'm gonna try if the footage actually remains usable if I play the game in windowed mode, and then instead of having Bandicam capture it directly, I'm using the capture frame feature. You know, where like in the live stream broadcaster, where you have this rectangle that you can shape any way you want. Yeah, that's going to be a sweet ass shape. Where you can shape the rectangle any way you want, and it's going to record slash broadcast anything within that rectangle. I hope that should work, because really it should, and the footage should remain intact. But that game has shown me that it's very, very unwilling to get recorded. Oh, I'm tired. Okay, so next time I'm probably going to tell you guys more about my Pathfinder, unless something really drastic happens that I need to tell you guys about. Might even have a another topic that I want to share with you, like this whole censorship thing I had going on last time. See, now the hiccups are gone and I can't talk at all. Until next time, I hope you have a good couple days. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to say: tomorrow is Black Friday, or today is Black Friday. Yes, today is Black Friday, and I realize it's a real big fucking deal for Americans. There's actually no such thing as Black Friday here in Germany, and on one thing it's kind of sad because we don't get these amazing bargains you guys seem to be getting this day of year. But on the other hand, it means we don't get that much trouble because, as I understand it, being in a Black Friday crowd is like standing in the middle of a stampeding cow herd, which is very dangerous. So, if you're going out for Black Friday bargains, feel free to share me where you went, what you got, how much of a bargain you got, really, and how well you managed to survive the whole craziness that surrounds that day. I hope you're all staying safe, whether you decide going out on Black Friday or not, and I hope you have a very nice weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bloodfencer out.